Hello there, my name is Oifege Emmanuel. So in this video, we're going to be analyzing a new system website I built that has a system for encrypting and decrypting. So as you can see the name, I can see I'm running this on locally on my local host, in case you know what that means. So the name is the number seven encryption system. It says welcome to a secure platform for encrypting your messages. And then we have multiple options: encrypt, decrypt, get encrypted messages, get API, and about. So we'll be looking at all of these. So first of all, we're going to encrypt. So let me just give a brief. So encryption just means hiding message, and not just hiding message, like you're putting in a different form so that someone else will not know, and the next so that people won't know, but probably you have who will know that message, depending on how that message is being encrypted. So here we're using system for that encryption. So first of all, we encrypt, and then we have three options: mainly key, text slash key, unique, and pair. So the text slash key uses, actually, when you have actually encrypted it, you are left with a encrypted text and a key for decrypting. And in unique is has each system for doing the work. So we'll go over it. And then we have pairs for pairing systems together. So let's go to text. Let's see what text does. So we'll go to next. And then we have enter plain text and enter description. So we need to enter this thing. If not, if we encrypt, we're going to have this status which says in text slash key, text and description is needed. So we're going to come and put a plain text. So I'm putting a text. Okay, so this is my listen. It says encryption is the process of hiding real messages. Yes. So we're going to put a description. Description will be test one. So always put a description. So when putting a description, if you already have a description that you have saved before, you're going to need a new one. So you're going to say so. Next we encrypt. So the status is saying encrypting should please wait. Okay, it has been encrypted. And then these are message. These are message, and then these are key. We have save for later. So I'll save for later. Saved. So it has been saved. So also I also copy this test copy, and I'll copy this. So I can be able to decrypt it to see if we can be able to retain what was encrypted. So we can go back, decrypt, test, yep. And then we can paste our encrypted message. So the key was the one I copied last. That's the key. And then we'll paste this key. So then we encrypt. Decrypting, please wait. So this is decryption. As you can see, back the message. So one good thing about this is that not just decrypting it, but it's giving you the message exactly, maintaining the cases. The ones that are uppercase, the uppercase, ones that are lowercase, and even the full, everything just perfect. So one thing about this thing is that if this message is being tampered with, let me say for instance, I tampered with the key and want to decrypt it. It says not running, I want to run it. You see, encrypted text has been tampered with. So how to reverse that? Then as you can see, okay, it has been, I've forgotten the number that was there. But that's it. Okay, let me try to paste it again. We have the key before. So it has been pasted, okay, it was 5. And decrypting please wait. Now what does this mean? This means that this system, if any number is being tampered with, that message has been lost, as in that message cannot be recovered, because the key and the text, they work hand in hand together. Let me say if a text, let me say for instance now I tampered with a number in the text, we're going to have length mismatch, because that's something the system observed. The system has been observed, because that's what it's in our program. It's going to observe that something is wrong somewhere. So it's not going to decrypt the message unless, let me say, probably we add that back. I think it was 3. Yep. And decrypting, please wait. So this is how it works. So this one works with basically the text, the encrypted text, and with key alongside. If you don't have the key, you have to have the key, because when you put it, you're going to have encrypted text and key is needed. This one is very, very needed, because if the key is not there, you cannot do anything. You can't encrypt the message. The message is just totally useless. Just imagine this pile of number. How do you want to know what this pile of these numbers would mean? It just look like random numbers. But once the key has been pasted, it's now beginning to make sense. Then When I see something like encryption is the process of hiding or whatsoever message you have. Something like that. So we can so now we'll go to the next one, back home. And then okay, we save the message. So to get that save message, we're going to come here and we're going to see test one. From here too, we can be able to decrypt it also. Decrypting please. So this one is like not really hard, just save and decrypt for the next. This one doesn't really have that much of a problem. So we're done here. So we just come and unique slash personal. So it says click on the add button to create a system. So we're going to create a system. So the system we're creating, I'll call this system test, because we're using it actually for we're testing the whole encryption system. So in this place it says my personal encryption system. So I can come here and do I put test platform. Yes, as a testing platform. So I can create it. So we have this test platform, and then we can encrypt the text. So in this place, I'm encrypting a text. I will encrypt another text. So we have something like encryption system are unique for their encryption and decryption. So we can put a test. I will purposely put test one because we used that the first time. So we're going to encrypt. Encrypting, please wait. Okay. As you can see, the difference between this one and the other one was that in this one we have just the text here, and then we have no key required. Yes, we have no key required. Unlike the first one, we had key required. So I'm just going to close this. Okay, sorry. There's something I want to do. Encrypt. Now we're going to save for later. Now we have that encrypted text already exists. What that means is that your description already exists. So you have to pick on a new description, test 2. So yes, so now we're going to save it. I'm going to copy from here. Okay, I know save it. Save for later. Okay, then close back, and then we're going to decrypt it from this place, from this angle. Decrypt. So we have the test platform also here. So we are going to see the description. We have unique, then test. It means you're in test. Yeah, and the system already knows that in this side there's no key required. So you just paste your text and then you run it. Decrypting, please wait. Encryption system are unique for the encryption and decryption. So I can see it's maintained its stand. Okay, back. It encrypt. Next. Decrypting. As you can see, encryption system, everything is restored. So if we tampered with a text, okay, something is okay. So if we have that, let me say a number has been tampered. Let me say we remove like 2. Encrypted text has been tampered with. So the system knows that yes, this text has been tampered with, unless it has been restored. So we're going to take it last and add it 2 to it. Decrypting, please wait. So this is how the system works. It works at key, it works independent. And let me say for instance now I want to test with another system to see if that system can crack what the first system has done. So we're going to go back home, and we're going to encrypt. So we're going to come here to unique personal, and then we're going to create a new, we're going to call this, we're still going to leave it as test platform, but we're going to call it here test 2. Yes, and create. So it has been created test 2. So test 2 can encrypt. Note, you can only create systems from encrypt. You cannot actually create from decrypt. That's why I went back to encrypt. So I'm going to go to decrypt to try to use test 2 to break what test 1, to decrypt what test 1 has encrypted. I will paste it. We have that system cannot decrypt encrypted text. And that's vice versa too. If you could take a test 2 and you want to decrypt it in a test 1, it won't work. Each system is independent. That's why they are called unique. They are unique and they are independent. And they are also personal because it's for your own use. You really don't have to share it with anybody. And then we'll come to the last one, the last method, which is actually a very interesting method that actually balanced everything. It's called the pairs. Now the pairs, what it does is that, okay, next, you actually going to come to this menu. What it does is that it pairs systems, but for now it pairs just 2 systems together. So what it does is that you generate a key. Each system generates a unique key. So we're going to generate a key from test, and we're going to go back, and we're going to come to test 2. So I can see we have this key. This key is from test 1. So what we're going to do is that we're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it in key 2 external. so that we can be able to generate test2 key. I don't know if you understand that. So we're going to generate a new key. So we have something like this that has been created. So we have a key. The first one is from test1, and the second one is from the first one is from this test2, and the second one is from test1. That was an external, because it's an external. So I'm going to try to encrypt a word, and I'm going to encrypt the word. Okay, so here we have something like this. So I'm a freaking Emmanuel, and I'm aspiring computer scientist. So we can come here, description, we can call this test3. Yep. And then we encrypt. Message is being encrypted. And then this is what we have. Then we can save it, save for later. Yep. And we can copy to clipboard. Now, as you can see, the start is showing not running. We have been encrypting things. Now there are some things we cannot actually encrypt. We cannot actually encrypt. Like we can't encrypt. We cannot encrypt emoji. Anything like that will tell you the system will use some that valid characters. And there are some symbols that cannot be encrypted. Although number can also be encrypted, but we'll look at that at the end. So we have already encrypted. We have been able to encrypt this one. So we just go back home. I'm going to go to decrypt. I'm going to come to pairs and test platform, and then paste your enter encrypted text. Paste. That's test. So we have that not running, no key required. So we don't actually need key for that. And we're going to decrypt. And we're going to have status decrypting. Please wait. Now we have I'm Emmanuel. I'm an aspiring computer scientist. Now, if you observe, we're having pairs, text. We're having the test. What tells me is that we did not use test for encrypting this message. We used test2 for encrypting this message. That means test1 was able to decrypt what test2 was able to encrypt. Now let's go to test2. Test2 for sure will be able to decrypt this message. So paste and decrypting. Ta-da! And then we have it. I'm a aspiring computer science. Now you see we have a test system, so we can't be able to create system here actually. It won't work. So I have to go to encryption, back home, encrypt, and create a third system. Call this test2. Create. Okay, test by. Mind you, okay, we already have test2. I'm going to delete that. Test to actually, so you will not be confused. Test3, create. So we already have this test1, test2, test3. So we won't be encrypting here, but I can actually encrypt if you want to. But we'll go back home, and we're going to try to decrypt what we encrypted using test1 and test2. If it's going to work, the system cannot decrypt encrypted text. So that's how it's going to end up being. That's how it's going to end up, because it was not actually part of the pairs. So the only ones that were able part of the pairs it was going to work. So let's try encrypting on another one using pairs. So I'm going to be working with test1 and test3. So I'm going to come into test1, generate a key. Okay, a new key has been generated. You can generate as many keys as you want, but anyway, anyone that you like, just clicking on generate, then you copy when you want to copy, and then so what we'll have to do is I'll copy this one that was copied in the first place, and we replace it with this paste. So this one is for test1, and then we're going to generate a test3 key. So now we have a key from test1, and then we have a key from test3. So we're going to encrypt a new one, a new text. Okay, so we have it. I'm referring to test4, and then we're going to encrypt. So we have our message here. So I'm just going to copy, close, back, and then we're going to try to decrypt these messages. Pairs. I'm going to try test2 first. System cannot decrypt this, so we'll try test1, because we naturally use test1 for encrypting. You can see decrypting. Please wait. So it has the ability to actually decrypt it. So I'm every number 7. Actually 0 does not actually count there. So I'm going to try test3, paste, and tada, test3 was able to encrypt it. So this can actually encrypt numbers, it can encrypt text, it can encrypt symbols, but what you cannot encrypt are there are some symbols you cannot actually encrypt, and it's going to and emojis can encrypt. So it's always going to return this. So I'll be dropping the link in the comments so that you can be able to test. Well, right now I'm not trying to play it online. I'm working on it locally on my device. So thanks for watching.